Hello, dear friends. Dr. Harold Benson here, and today I want to talk about what I believe is one of the most underrated threats to life after age 60. No, it's not wrinkles or back pain or even memory loss. It's your blood vessels. Many patients come to me complaining of fatigue, headaches, pressure surges, tinnitus. Doctor, my hands and feet are always cold. Doctor, I get tired quickly even after a short walk. All these symptoms seem different, but they have one cause. Blood vessels lose elasticity, become clogged with cholesterol, and blood stops circulating freely. You will be surprised, but it is the condition of the blood vessels that determines how long we will live and what the quality of this life will be. Blocked arteries are a direct path to stroke, heart attack, and chronic heart disease. But blood vessels are the roads through which every cell of our body receives nutrition and oxygen. If the roads are blocked, life stops. Let me tell you a story. A man named Michael came to see me. He was 68 years old. He was of a strong build, had once worked as an engineer, loved long walks and active recreation. But for the last 2 years, he had been tormented by constant fatigue and chest pain. Doctor, I feel like I'm losing strength. I can't go up to the second floor without getting short of breath. We did an examination, and it turned out that he had serious problems with his blood vessels, high cholesterol, narrowing of the arteries, and the onset of coronary heart disease. It was a shock for him. He always considered himself healthy, since he didn't smoke or abuse alcohol, but the years had taken their toll. And here's where it gets interesting. When we were discussing his diet, I asked, "Do you use spices?" He laughed. "Doctor, what are you saying? I'm an American. Our food is simple. A little salt, pepper, and that's it." But it is precisely in simple spices that real treasures for health are often hidden. Especially in one, golden, warm, aromatic, which in the East is called powder of life. Yes, I am talking about turmeric. Ancient healers used it hundreds of years ago to treat wounds, inflammation, liver, and heart disease. Modern science has proven that turmeric contains a substance called curcumin, which has powerful anti-inflammatory and cleansing properties. It literally helps blood vessels become cleaner, improves their elasticity, and protects them from damage. And what's most amazing is that all this is without the side effects that often accompany pills. I'm not saying that the spice can replace medication, but I know for sure the right products can become the strongest ally in the fight for health. Michael began adding turmeric to his diet, at first with skepticism. But after a few months, he confessed, "Doctor, I'm climbing stairs again without stopping. I feel like my strength is coming back." It's stories like these that remind me that nature has already given us everything we need. We just need to know how to use it. Today I will tell you how this simple spice can protect blood vessels after 60 years. What scientific discoveries confirm this, and how to use it correctly to get maximum benefit. After watching this video, you may never look at that yellow powder in your kitchen the same way again. Let's continue our conversation about blood vessels, those very roads of life on which our health and longevity depend. After 60 years, the body inevitably encounters processes that affect blood vessels. The walls of the arteries lose elasticity. Cholesterol plaques are deposited and narrow the lumen. Inflammatory processes accelerate the wear of blood vessels. The blood becomes thicker, and the risk of blood clots increases. That is why after 60, we often hear diagnoses: hypertension, atherosclerosis, ischemic heart disease. Many people think it's just age, but in fact, it is the result of lifestyle and nutrition. As a doctor, I often see patients whose vascular changes have been hidden for years. A person may feel almost healthy until one day a stroke or heart attack occurs, and that is why it is so important not to wait for trouble, but to act in advance. Now let's talk about turmeric itself. This bright yellow powder comes from the root of a plant that grows in India and Southeast Asia. In cooking, it's a spice that adds color and flavor to dishes. But in medicine, it's a storehouse of active substances. The main one is curcumin. It is what colors the powder golden. But the most amazing thing is its effect on the body. Antioxidant action. Curcumin fights free radicals that damage blood vessels and accelerate aging. Anti-inflammatory action. Chronic inflammation is the main enemy of blood vessels. Curcumin reduces inflammation and protects arterial walls. Anti-atherosclerotic effect. Scientists have found that curcumin helps reduce cholesterol deposits on the walls of blood vessels. Improves microcirculation. It makes the blood less thick, improves its fluidity, and reduces the risk of blood clots. Let me give you some studies that support these words. In one study conducted in India, older adults took curcumin supplements for 3 months. The result? Improved vascular elasticity and lower cholesterol levels. In Japan, a group of patients over 60 years old added turmeric to their diet. After 6 months, they showed significant improvements in blood flow and decreased inflammation. A U.S. study found that curcumin was nearly as effective as aerobic exercise when it came to maintaining vascular health in older women. Isn't it amazing? A simple spice available to everyone can work just as well as medication and exercise. Let me tell you another story. Linda came to me. She was 74 years old. She had always been an active woman, but the last years had become a test for her. Constant headaches, pressure surges, frequent dizziness. She was afraid to leave the house alone because once she almost fainted right on the street. We examined her. She had high cholesterol and signs of atherosclerosis. I prescribed medication, but also advised her to review her diet. Linda, I said, add turmeric to your diet. Small steps sometimes do more than big changes. She started simple, adding half a teaspoon of turmeric to soups and vegetables. Then she began cooking with golden milk, a warm drink made from milk, honey, and turmeric. 6 months later, Linda returned to her appointment radiant. Doctor, I'm walking in the mornings again, and I'm not afraid anymore. My blood pressure has become more stable, and I feel like my head has become clearer. For me, this is yet another confirmation. The power of nature is next to us. We just need to know how to use it. It is important to understand. Curcumin is a useful substance, but its absorption is low. However, there are several tricks that make it tens of times more effective. Always combine with black pepper. Piperine, which is found in pepper, increases the absorption of curcumin by 20 times. Add to dishes containing fat. Curcumin fat-soluble, so it is better absorbed with olive oil, nuts, or milk. Do not overheat. Long heat treatment destroys some of the beneficial substances. It is better to add turmeric at the end of cooking. Simple recipes with turmeric golden milk. Warm milk, plus half a teaspoon of turmeric, plus a pinch of pepper, plus a teaspoon of honey. Drink before bed. Chicken soup with turmeric. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric to the broth at the end of cooking. Salad with olive oil and turmeric. Mix oil, turmeric, lemon juice, and dress vegetables. The optimal dose is from 0.5 to 1 teaspoon per day. This is enough for turmeric to become your ally in the fight for clean vessels. I must also mention contraindications. Turmeric is not recommended in large doses for people with gallbladder problems or those taking strong anticoagulants. It is always better to consult a doctor. After 60, vascular health is the basis of everything, the work of the heart, brain, kidneys, And the fact that nature has given us a spice that can strengthen and cleanse blood vessels is a real stroke of luck. I always tell my patients, every day you have a choice to build your health or destroy it. Add turmeric to your diet, and you'll take a small step that can change your life. My dears, we have analyzed scientific facts, patient stories, and methods of application. And now you know. Sometimes power is hidden not in a pharmacy, but in a jar of simple seasoning. My dears, I want you to think for a moment. How many times in life have we passed by something simple, not noticing what power it conceals within itself? We are looking for miracle pills, new expensive drugs, but on the kitchen shelf there is a small jar of gold powder that has saved the health of millions of people for centuries. Turmeric is more than just a spice. It is a reminder that nature has always been and remains with us. It is as if she is saying, I have given you everything you need. Your task is just to learn how to use it. We are used to thinking that old age necessarily means illness, but in reality it is not so. Yes, our body changes. Yes, blood vessels become more vulnerable. But if we support them in the right way, if we take care of them every day, we can slow down the aging process. Turmeric is just one example. But what a telling one! Imagine, a substance hidden in the plant's root can improve the elasticity of blood vessels, cleanse them, reduce inflammation, and help us stay active and clear-minded. When I look at my patients over 60, I see two pictures. The first is people who have resigned themselves to age. They take a handful of pills, complain about their blood pressure, and don't leave the house because they are afraid of dizziness. The second is those who have found the strength to change their habits, who have added movement, fresh air, simple natural products. And among them, there are almost always those who have discovered turmeric. I remember one time an old man named George came to see me. He was 81, but his eyes were shining with a living light. We talked for a long time, and I couldn't help asking, "What's your secret?" He smiled and said, "Doctor, I start every morning with golden milk. It's been my habit for 20 years. Maybe this is my elixir." You know, at that moment, I realized one important thing. Health often lies not in complex treatment regimens, but in small but constant rituals. If you are over 60, if you care about your heart and blood vessels, do not ignore the power of simple products. Let turmeric become a part of your life, not as a temporary experiment, but as a daily ally. Yes, one spoon of seasoning will not make you immortal, but daily care, support of blood vessels and brain, reduction of inflammation. This is what adds up over the years of a full and active life. I will always be honest with you. Turmeric is not a miracle cure that will replace drugs or doctors, but it is a tool that you can use yourself, every day, without prescriptions and complicated schemes. And let it become part of your health philosophy. Less chemistry, more nature. When I think of turmeric, I have an image of golden light, like a small fire inside that warms the vessels, strengthens the heart, and illuminates the mind. And this fire can be with you every day. So, my dears, take a look into your kitchen today. Perhaps your ally in the fight for health is already waiting for you there. Try it, and give your body a chance to say thank you. And now I want to address you. What do you think about turmeric? Have you tried adding it to food? Did you feel any changes? Write about it in the comments. Your stories can inspire other people. If you like this video and want to learn more about the secrets of products that help us after 60, subscribe to the channel, like, and share this video with your loved ones. After all, sometimes it is precisely these little secrets that can prolong our lives and give us new strength. See you soon, my dears. Take care of yourself and your blood vessels.